Greeting from Killer Technology. Today we would like to demonstrate how to check viscosity using Atago Visco. So we have the sample here is a dishwasher. Okay. So first of all, before we start the test, this is a kind of a standard viscosity test report. So basically we will have the information like date, by who, for who, what is the test information. And to complete the viscosity test report, we will record down what is the sample, what is the spindle you use, what is the speed, reciprocal per minute, and then the viscometer will give us what is the percentage of torque, what is the result in centipoise, what is the temperature, and this maximum viscosity is a maximum viscosity at 100% of torque. It determined by what is the spindle and what is the speed that you use. So why are we actually writing down the maximum viscosity here is because the accuracy of the viscosity is actually 1% of the maximum viscosity. I would like to repeat, the accuracy of a viscosity is 1% of a maximum viscosity. It is not 1% of the viscosity. Okay, to start a viscosity test, first of all, we need to select the right spindles. So from here, Atago Visco offer 3 spindles. The bigger size, which is to measure less viscous sample. This is known as A1 spindle, where it can measure from 50 to 200,000 centipoise. Whereas A2 can measure from 100 to 600,000 centipoise. And the smallest one, which is A3, can measure from 500 to 2 million centipoise. So I would choose to go with A2 in this case, which is in the intermediate, as we have an unknown sample, which is a dishwasher. So if you can see the line here, so with stand, we have to use the solid line. If you use the viscometer without stand, we have used the broken line. So here it show you A1, A2 and A3. In this case, we will use A2. So I filled up to the solid line here. Okay, now we can see we have the viscometer here with the stand. So if you want to test without stand, so you will just take away the stand and you can test it directly in this way. But it's recommended to test with the stand. So in this case, we will put the sample here and then we will attach the spindles. Okay, when you hear there's a click sound. So now, before we proceed, we will need to actually set up the viscometer. So we also have actually attached the temperature probe as well. This is the temperature probe where you can see. Okay. So first of all, we will need to do the leveling, which we have done just now. So now to start the measurement, we will click here and then we have to select what is the right spindle, which is A2. L means for large beaker, S means for small beaker. So we are using A2L now. Okay. The good thing about this Atago Visco is we have 20 speed available for you to select. It started from 0.5 RPM all the way up to 250 RPM. Okay. So to start the test, let us select 10 RPM. So we'll start with 10 RPM, meaning you will have a 10 round per minute, and it is recommended to measure, let the spindle at least measure 5 rounds. So in this case, 5 rounds is actually 30 seconds. Another feature that is available in Atago Visco is the auto stop feature. So in this auto stop feature, we will have viscosity. You can stop by viscosity, stop by percentage of torque, as well as stop by the time. If you can see here, we already tick the time, and then we already set at 30 seconds, which is 5 rounds. Okay, let us start the test. So we have started the test. At 10 RPM, we can see. So with this auto stop feature, it will stop at 30 seconds as per what we have set just now. At 10 RPM, it's actually moving very slowly. So it's measuring. Okay, so now at 30 seconds, it stopped and captured the viscosity for you, which is 1784. Okay, we have actually conducted a few tests. If you can see here, at a speed of 10, we get a percentage of torque 4.78 with viscosity of 1784, plus minus 1% of the maximum viscosity, which is 373. And down the road, we can see as we increase the RPM, we have an increase of percentage of torque. There's a pattern of dropping slightly in the viscosity. Kindly note, you have to maintain the right temperature as well. There are many samples that are sensitive to temperature. And then the maximum viscosity also change when you change the different spindle and different speeds. Okay, in this case, the answer is you would recommend it to have percentage of torque of more than 10% up to 80%. So we will eliminate the result of number 10, which is not qualified, as well as 200, which is more than 100% of torque. We can't get the viscosity, is high. So in between 50, 100 and 150, all results are applicable and acceptable because they are within the percentage of torque between 10 to 80%. In this case, we will see the plus minus. The results are not far from each other's. The plus minus 75, 37 and 25. As an end user, you have the right to choose which will be a better tolerance range for you. Thank you very much.